Hi guys, I'm back today with a palette that I think a lot of us were interested in. It was brand's very first palette, and so I immediately wanted to get it just for that reason alone. Now I did kind of hesitate, and it was mostly because I was a little intimidated by the color story, despite really being interested in the colors. Yes, all of us have those days where we look at something and go, I don't think I can do a lot with it, or I will not do a good job with it, and this was one for me. The palette that I am speaking of is something I'm probably not going to pronounce correctly. I am so sorry, and I mean no disrespect. This is the Terra Moon's El Barrio. I'm so sorry. I attempted to do a thing and it was real pathetic. And this is their very first palette. Really exciting. This is the sleeve cover art, more or less. I had a friend that did graffiti for years and I think it's a really neat form of art personally. So the front of the actual palette itself looks like this. You've got some really beautiful artwork on there. I think it's really cool. I think they did a good job. It's really interesting and it also really embodies all of the stuff that is inside the palette, which to me is really cool. So the inside of the palette, which I'm fumbling terribly, looks like this. Again, you guys know I'm not crazy about blue, so I kind of was like, oh, I don't know. I mean, that still leaves all of these good things, but I actually used every single color in this palette today. Shock of all shocks. And I'm really happy with the looks that I came up with, truthfully. I would happily, rock out of the house like this or rock out of the house like that and be good to go. So first things first, I paid $45 for this and it came before the shipping time that they actually speculated. So you can't beat that. When somebody comes in under that mark, that's a good day. I'm just saying. I did order a few extra shades. I was actually going to swatch them for you guys today, but I think I'm just going to wait until I have enough shades to do a dedicated video. As far as everything I can tell, I really like what they've done so far. I'm going to swatch these for you guys, and then I'm going to do these two eye looks. So if you want to see how I got those, just keep watching. Okay, you guys, we should also just talk about it right now because it's going to be a real thing. It's going to look like I'm wearing red every single day of the month of December, but that is just because I have a very large collection of Christmas shirts. So I'm sorry, but your girl is full of the Christmas spirit. Okay, you guys, please be kind because I will probably butcher the name of every single one of these. I mean, no disrespect. I just have no knowledge of other languages whatsoever. So the very first shade is called Ritmo. Probably one of my most favorite gold shades I think I've ever used. It does almost transcend on green because it is so gold. And this, to me, is the true metallic shade that is in the palette. Really, really a gorgeous color. It is called Icono. This is a very I've said this wrong 10 times. I'm sorry, you guys. This is a really pretty gold-toned green shade. And I really like it. Now, it is not a metallic, but it is shiny, so I would definitely consider this to be a satin. Magenta. And this is a really nice grayish-toned green shade. It's called Sangri. Bless you. It had to happen at least once in my video. My husband had to sneeze. So then this, to me, it looks very red in the pan. It's almost so brightly red that it's pink as well. It's called Lorena. And this is such a beautiful shade. It's not even funny. It's a reddish magenta, almost slightly orangish shade. It's like it could be metallic, but then it is more satin. Carnival. And I would say the texture of this is much different than these. These are very dry. This was very soft. This Bailar, to me it looks like Baylor, kind of. And this is a gorgeous reddish, orangish, pinkish kind of shifty shade. It is more of a satin despite being shiny, and it reminds me very much of this Sydney Gray shade that I just swatched in one of my last videos called Salvehi. I'm so sorry. I'm terrible at this. This is another one that has the same kind of texture as this blue shade right here. It is a very bright orange shade, and it is very soft. You guys should be very careful when you're picking up these mattes. Tendency to go poof. The very last shade in the palette is called Por la Noche. And this is the whole palette. Alright, you guys, I have my eyeliner on, I have my mascara on. Can we all just be a little bit grateful that I finally replaced this eyeliner that has been like totally dry and empty for like a solid month that I still tried to make roll through anyway? Like, thank you. It was time. It had to happen. I've had a few people ask recently what eyeliner I use, and I do use a mix of a couple different ones. This one is a Smashbox. Ooh, you see I've used it so much it's actually coming off. This is Smashbox Always On Liquid Eyeliner. When it's new, it works really well, and I used it really old, so, you know, I gotta give it props because it still held up. It does have a felt tip applicator. I really like those. Those are personally my favorite. Oh, now it's acting like there's plenty in it. It's like marking stuff up. Oh, sure. The other one I really like is the Tartist. It's like a double-ended one. It's got like a felt tip on one end, and then it's got something on the other that I've actually not used a whole lot, which is terrible, but I do like it. I think it works really well. It lasts a long time. And then I've got a few others that I'm going to try out and pray that they don't tear up my eyes. Like, I used to love the Stila one, but it would just tear up my eyes. Another update for you guys quickly is that I used the Melt Mascara again today, and it went much better. I used it with the Wand on My Essence mascara. So maybe it's just a matter of it's my preference, you know, wand style wise, and that's all it was, because the formulation to me seemed pretty darn good actually. So I mean, my eyelashes are never going to be long by anybody's standards, so it is what it is. That was just my update I wanted to give you guys. Last and final thoughts for the actual El Barrio palette. Again, I'm so sorry if I'm saying this wrong. The packaging is beautiful. I love it. I think they did a really nice job incorporating what was inside on the outside. Shades on the inside worked really well. The mattes were very good. The metallics were really pretty. There were a few shades that seemed kind of shifty to me, and which I really enjoyed. I do wish that they were more truly metallic shades, but that's just a preference thing. There are different finishes. You are going to have more textures than it looks like, and I love having multiple dimensions in an eye look. That's just a personal thing. As far as everything else, the shipping times are really good. I did have some issues trying to get a hold of Terra Moons. I wanted to ask them something, and I tried to comment to them, and they never wrote back. They were writing other people back, but it may just have been a timing thing. It was right before Black Friday, so I know that that is a hectic time, but I would always want to let you guys know, because actually, in the past, they have had extremely good customer service. They got back to me right away. And, you know, so maybe if you also tried to reach out to them during this time period, just keep in mind that people are extremely busy and backlogged with orders and things that are going on within reason. Let's not, like, say that it just doesn't matter and everything goes out the window. But just keeping that in mind, because I have had prior good experiences with them. The other thing I really enjoy that they do is that they do have a rewards program. Now, you cannot use those rewards with any kind of special things that they have going on, like Black Friday. Still, it's really neat that they even offer anything like that. I love to get rewards. I love to save money. So for me, that is a really enjoyable thing, and I appreciate you guys doing that, because your girl likes to save a dime or a dollar, a lot more than that. Anyway, I really enjoyed this palette. I think that if you like this color story, you guys really will too. And if you like Terra Moons, obviously you're going to enjoy this. It is up to par with everything else that they put out. If you've never tried them before, now is the time, because if they restock this is such a great value. I definitely think if the color story also interests you, snatch it up. It's a good time to try it and see if you're going to like it. Anyway, I really hope this video was helpful for you guys. If it was, make sure you like this video, leave a comment down below, subscribe, and ring the bell for future updates, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.